Hey, welcome to PodDroid, and I'm here again with
Ryan.
Yeah,
I was gone. And now I'm back. Hi, everybody.
in Pog form. You're just shaking your head and just
I can't give you that. Stop
completely. You're shaking your head in complete disdain right now for my Simpsons references.
I love Simpsons references as much as the next guy, but did you even say pod at least, or did you say pog?
I said Pog. Alright, so, before we get off into, talking about, whatever video game, movie, whatever, can we talk about road etiquette here? Like, driving and whatnot, and, right of way, and...
Don't get me started.
Okay, so, you drive, I don't.
I drive.
Yeah, okay.
It's not one of my healthier activities, but I do it.
You drive on the right side. When you're making a right turn,
Uh-huh.
you're supposed to stop at the intersection, right? Or, make at least, a rolling stop.
What kind of intersection are we talking about here? Why are we talking about traffic?
Something happened.
Okay.
And I'm building to that.
Okay.
When you're turning,
What kind of intersection?
an intersection with traffic lights.
Okay. And it's a red light.
It's a green light.
If you're making a right-hand turn on a green light, you do not need to stop. You need to slow down, but you don't need to stop.
When someone's about to cross the street,
You give them the right of way. You don't cut them off.
because I'm trying to figure this out now. Yesterday, I'm walking home.
Expert by virtue of the fact that I drive.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are the expert driversman.
Oh dear.
So you are this podcast's expert driversman, and I am. I don't know.
I begrudgingly accept.
I am walker extraordinaire. Okay, so I'm walking home. I'm coming by an intersection, right? And to cross the road, the light is green.
Yeah, indicating to you, you can cross.
Yes, freely.
All right.
I am 1 foot into the road. Lady driving a car pulls in and tries to pull a right turn on me, and then honks at me as if I'm in her way.
Pedestrian always has the right of way.
And now, the thing that frustrated me about this as well, even at a green light, I'll still look around and make sure that everything's clear that I can walk. She was not even at the intersection by the time I got to cross.
Yeah.
But she was driving so fast, and then pulled in and pulled such a quick turn, and then pulled a full stop, and then honked the horn at me, as if this was my fault.
Uh-huh. When it comes to cars and driving, even the most sensible of full-grown adults are about 6 years old. And that includes myself, to be perfectly honest. In my experience, part of my job can deal with tickets at times, one of my jobs. The most, like people who look like they're at least 40, people you think would be sensible. Even if they will tell you outright what they did that caused the ticket, they are still devastated and confused when they get it. Like the sky has fallen and they don't understand. When people need to get somewhere and they just want to do something in relation to cars, they're kids. They're children.
I was almost hit by this woman
Yep.
who acted like I was the problem.
Hey, you didn't get hit. No harm, no foul, so to speak.
No harm, no, God, no, harm and enough of a foul to get thrown out of the game. When my life
Yeah.
is on the line,
You'll probably lose.
This isn't the title that's on the line. This isn't the championship title that's on the line here. This isn't a 5-cent bet here that's on the line, right?
This just happened today.
Yesterday. And it just kind of really frustrated the hell out of me.
I don't blame you.
You're being too damn light about this.
I don't know what you want me to say about this.
Be angry for my safety.
People are shit drivers.
Be angry for my safety.
How dare... There are so many shit drivers. It's just the amount of times I've almost gotten in an accident just because of some being a complete idiot. It's like, you kind of just got to take it and move on. It's going to happen, and it's probably going to happen again. I'm happy you didn't get hit. I don't know what else to say about that.
So, we're going to take a detour here, and we're going to talk about some video games here on our traffic-themed podcast.
Good.
And so,
it's a special treat.
Have you had any experience with Next Gen so far?
No. I looked at my brother playing Dead Rising 3, and he said that he didn't agree with some people's criticisms of it, and I saw him, he was mowing down zombies left and right, but then he fought a guy, and this guy could take hits like he was the Hulk or something. It was really weird. But, I mean, that's just a video game thing. But as Next Gen, I mean, it was loading a lot of zombies in a small area, ridiculously smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge amount of zombies on screen at once. I have not played that game, but I've seen enough of it where we're just I mean, visually, it doesn't feel like that huge of a jump, but with the amount of enemies rendered on screen at once, I think it's pretty damn amazing.
Yeah. Although, again, I haven't played anything, so I can't give any actual first-hand experience with any of these consoles.
How's the Wii U doing?
I haven't touched it in months, but to be fair, the only game system I really play right now is my 3DS on the bus. So it's not like the 360's getting any more love right now either. I want to love them, but responsibilities, etc.
Yeah. So I played a lot of Battlefield 4 on PS4. Even post-patch,
Ugh.
that game is still crashing for me.
That really makes me sad, because it's been a bit shaky, my relationship with Battlefield lately. I really love the Bad Company games.
Yes.
Like, that is the first and only time a demo has completely sold me on a game, playing the original Bad Company demo.
We got that demo, like, before the game came out, and, like, that's, like, all we were playing.
Yeah, we were playing that like a full release online game. We were just like, we need to get this game. And then we got the game, and then Bad Company 2 was going, oh my god! And then I was playing that all the time. Like, I don't play online games that often. I just don't really have the time for multiplayer. But the game I did play a lot independently, like not even with other people, because that's the major pull for me, is playing with other people, was Battlefield. I would go and play matches online by myself. And that dipped for me with Battlefield 3. It just tapered off after a while. I just wasn't nearly as into it.
I will still shake my head at you buying premium for Battlefield 3.
Well, my girlfriend really likes Battlefield 3, and she got it, and I still played a lot with her. Like, I actually did play a lot of Battlefield 3, but it was one of those instances where it was, I'm playing it with someone else.
All right.
Whereas I can't remember the last time I played Battlefield 3 online on my own, just saying, I'm going to play some Battlefield. It was, oh, hey, you want to play Battlefield? And I was like, I guess. I kind of wanted to do this, but I could be a human being and interact with you.
Now, with Battlefield 4, like, when Battlefield 4 is working, Conquest, and especially Conquest Large, which is, like, the full 64 players,
yeah,
a lot of those maps feel like what I would want like a Bad Company 3 to be.
Yeah.
Like basically, it's what I wanted Battlefield 3 to be. Like,
I'm kind of just looking for a Bad Company 3, hoping that's on the horizon. It somehow returned to what I loved about Battlefield.
What you want out of Battlefield, I'm sorry to cut you off here, but what you wanted out of Battlefield was, like, more what?
The big problem, and I know everyone says it about Battlefield, but it really hit home in 3, was the maps were too big.
Yeah.
Now, if people were making this complaint about Bad Company 2, I didn't agree in that case. That was a game made for consoles.
Yep.
And accommodated console player capacity. So even though the maps were big, I liked that, but it still felt contained enough that I wasn't running for 15 minutes trying to get to a place only to get sniped and then spawn back and, ooh, maybe there's a vehicle this time, but maybe not. Or maybe I can spawn on somebody. Like, it wasn't the biggest inconvenience, but at the same time, that is one of its big drawbacks. And also, for all the frickin' pushing, the marketing they had for the Destruction engine.
And the Frostbite 3.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so much better this time. So good, they decided not to make it practically implemented into the maps.
Yep.
I never felt the need to use buildings or destroy them. Like, there was repetitive environments at time in Bad Company 2, sure. But those 2-story houses where people could fortify themselves on a second floor, and you'd have people having basically turf battles over buildings,
yep,
to the point where some guy was just like, F this noise, I'm going to keep shilling that house with mortar strikes or throwing C4 around the walls until the building comes down.
Yeah.
You're in there with your squad going, oh my god, the building's coming down,
okay,
and trying to run out, or it falling on you, and you're just going, ah, crap.
That right there, Battlefield 4 Conquest.
Really?
Yes.
That is there.
Yes. Like, the whole bunker down in a house and the house can collapse on you. Like that's Battlefield 4 Conquest.
I like that you could use buildings to your advantage, but if you got a strategic position in a building,
yeah,
you weren't just on top of everything. Someone, if they were smart about it, could use the tools available to them to screw you over. Like, you could get 4 kills at once if you did that properly.
Yeah, like if someone tries to hide in a house, like they can defend their house, but that house gets knocked down, like you're all dead.
Not to mention trying to breach a house when you know there's at least 2 or 3 guys on the second floor, maybe more, you're not sure. Maybe there's a guy in the attic, you don't know. And you're going in there and you know there's a guy hiding behind the railing behind the stairs looking for someone coming up. So you gotta like back up the stairs and try and shoot him and then try to just massacre all the other guys. And sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. There's just this rush. It's like, ah, yeah, I did it. that was never really there in Battlefield 3 for me. Not nearly as much, anyway. It was good at having these large-spanning battlefields, but then also could implement tight corridors when you needed them.
Yeah.
But then in Battlefield 3, they're just like, oh, we released new maps, close quarters. Why? You were...
You released Call of Duty maps in this Battlefield game.
Yeah, like, okay, they were cool for fast-paced action, but you were able to have that depending on the map in Bad Company 2 without having to drastically change too much of it.
Another complaint was with Battlefield 3, the maps were too big to accommodate the actual player count.
Well, yeah, because you only had 12 on 12.
Battlefield 4's maps are so much better than Battlefield 3. Because, like, now, with all your complaints about Battlefield 3, I was a lot, even more down on Battlefield 3. Where, like, I quit Battlefield 3 so damn early after loving Bad Company 1 and loving even 1943.
Yeah.
And Bad Company 2. All those 3 games. I, like, love 3 Battlefield games in a row, and then Battlefield 3 hits. And I kind of liked it at first, and then about a month in, I was like, fuck this game, it's boring as shit, I'd rather watch a dog lick its balls. Like, it takes, like, the maps are just not designed well, the maps are not designed for the destruction at all. Like, the destruction is more about the small details in the destruction, in, like, chipping off parts of walls, but without actually destroying the walls. You could launch a grenade launcher or launch a rocket launcher at a wall, and it would just be like as if nothing happened, maybe a singe mark on the wall, but, like, nothing would actually happen. There was no dynamic nature to the maps. Battlefield 4 is basically that proper cross between what Bad Company 2 was and what Battlefield 3 should have been.
Right.
And if I could actually finish matches properly, it would be fantastic. When I look at my battle log, it says that I've completed 4 matches.
How much have you played?
A lot. It says I've completed 4 matches, yet I have, like, I don't even remember how many kills I have, but basically, my stats do not reflect the amount of matches I've played. Because every time, it crashes during the match.
Ridiculous.
And unfortunately, I've had times where, like, you've experienced this with other Battlefield games, where you would join a game, and then it would show that the map that's loading, and then immediately say that your team lost, because that's where the match just ended. That happened to me twice. So, 2 of the 4 matches that I've completed,
you joined
I joined at the end.
That is the saddest thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
So I'm so not happy with my experience.
You've played a lot, but statistically you've only completed 2 matches, and 2 of them were you joining at the end.
No, I've completed 4 matches. 4 matches and then 2 of them. Cause you see,
Oh my god. That is... Oh... It's not making me envious, to be honest. Like, I couldn't afford one of these right now anyway, and honestly, that'd be one of the bigger pulls for me, and if it's this broken, I'm glad I didn't buy it now.
Honestly, when it's working, it is fantastic. So, if they iron this out early enough, I would definitely say, like, this is the Battlefield game to really get back into the series with.
That is the inherent problem with that, though, because you shouldn't have to say...
Yes.
When it works. It's like, what do you mean when it works? It should work, shouldn't it?
I mean, every Battlefield game has been broken at launch.
Yeah.
But for like a week. This game has been out for a month, like on PC and 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
And even on those platforms, especially on PC, it's broken. Like on Conquest,
for PC predominantly?
Yes. Like, on Conquest mode, on Conquest Large, I believe. I can't remember what the name of the map, but the one with the big skyscraper that you can take down. The server crashes when that building is about to fall. Like, that building falling crashes the server.
Maybe that's maybe the building is the server. So why'd you make the server destructible, man? Why did you implement it into the game?
Their whole touting of Battlefield moments, like, blow up a helicopter, Battlefield moments, blow up a tank, Battlefield moments, you know, a jet crashes into another jet, you know, yell Battlefield moments. My Battlefield moments is that damn crash screen. Every time I hit that crash screen, I yell Battlefield moments.
And you know what? That's actually what I don't like about, like, I get why they were using that to market it, because that is a true thing.
Yes.
Like, these weird moments where just the most awesome thing happened and you were like, oh my god, I am a king. king among men.
Which is why it's great that the PS4 and the Xbox One, you can just say, on Xbox One, just say record that, so it records the last 5 minutes, or hit the share button on the PS4,
Yeah.
so it grabs the last 15 minutes.
But something about that just brings out something cynical in me. It reminds me of an episode of one of the newer seasons of Futurama I saw once. I can barely remember what the content of the episode was, but I know that it had something to do with Zoidberg, and you know that thing he does while he's scuttling away.
Yep.
I can't remember exactly what they called it either, but Leela yelled, "Quickly, he's scuttle crabbing, get him."
Oh, when
And
they just blatantly call
suddenly it's like, we all know that's the thing he does.
Yeah.
When you start naming it with the implication, the fact that he's doing that is the only joke you've made here,
Yeah.
it really feels negative to me. Like, if he just did it and no one said anything, that's fine. It's something he does. We all accept this. But when you start drawing attention to it, like, look, he's doing this. You're entertained, right? It suddenly feels a lot more depressing. When you're marketing this Battlefield at me and I'm seeing these things like, oh, so I was doing this, right? And then, oh my god, a tank, man. It's like, we all know about this. Let it speak for itself. All the people who love Battlefield are gonna be saying this crap when they're playing it. Because that's what they do, because it is a genuine thing. When you build up this expectation and then it comes out broken in some way, you've got a guy yelling Battlefield moments every time he reaches the crash screen.
Because that's pretty much my main experience with playing Battlefield 4.
On the topic of that, because you mentioned I got premium. Which I did play some of it, so it wasn't a complete waste of $50 freaking dollars.
$110 out of the gate.
Anyway... What pissed me off was that, like, a week after I bought it, it said something to the effect of, on, like, the news feed and the main screen of Battlefield 3, something about pre-ordering Battlefield 4. And I just immediately went, you son of a bitch! You just sold me $50 worth of content for this presumably continuing service. And you have the balls to tell me Battlefield 4 is even an idea right now. I don't want to hear anything about Battlefield 4 right now. I just gave you $50. That means I bought 2 Microsoft points cards because the maximum that we can get is 40. Don't tell me that the new game is coming out right after I buy a bunch of crap from you. Oh my god.
Oh man. What is it called? Like, the whole season pass thing is kind of throwing me off here. But
that's another discussion, though, I guess.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into season passes here. But anyways, hopefully that game is up and running. Hopefully it's fixed by, I don't know,
by fall 2014 when I get a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One.
You know what? A year in, Battlefield 4 probably won't be as expensive.
Probably not.
Hopefully you'll get a PS4 so that you can actually get online with me.
Maybe. I don't know yet. Probably. I don't know. I've got a Wii U I need to invest time in. I need to justify buying this. I have games, I'm just not playing them because I'm busy. First world problems, etc. Leave me alone.
Alright, I think we've talked about this long enough.
Yes, thank you for listening to Traffic and Battlefield.
Yes, thank you for listening to God damn it, son of a... I was gonna make the joke of thank you for listening to SirPodDroid, your #1 podcast for traffic hints and tips. Any last notes? Any last points?
Nope. I'm not gonna try to think of something and then have you cut me off again. So no.
You couldn't even give me the satisfaction of yelling too bad.
No. Not this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you.